RVBN, The Rich Video Blog Network, home to weekly NFL predictions, great personality profiles, great professional wrestling video blogs, great sport video blogs, great MBTA video blogs, and a lot of other stuff. Collection of my work goes back to June of 2014 on various social media websites. RVBN, the only video blog on the internet that matters. Time now is 5:13 in the afternoon, Billerica, Massachusetts, on Thursday, April 27th, 2017. It's mostly cloudy. The sun's trying to battle through, but it hasn't yet. And it's about 60 degrees. Tomorrow, if we see sun, we'll be in the 70s. Some news to report on the RVBN Newswire. It's Happy National Take Your Child to Work Day. The Cleveland Browns have announced they're going to be drafting Myles Garnett from Texas A&M, a defensive end, as the number one overall pick in the NFL draft, which is tonight on NFL Network and ESPN. And also, ESPN has announced that they're cutting back on baseball tonight to 1 day a week. That's going to be on Sunday before the Major League Baseball Sunday night game of the week. This is a sign that eventually ESPN is going to be cutting ties with Major League Baseball when the contract's up in 2021. And that's about it on news from the RVBN Newswire. Be back in a flash with my second video blog subject of the day, the NBA on ESPN/ABC. But first, these messages. Pump it up, 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 pump it up. Get your exercise in. Walk, run, jump, skip rope, jump rope, swim. Do jumping jacks, do sit-ups, do pull-ups. Get your exercise in. Get your heart going. And be slim, trim, 217 pounds like the late great former professional wrestler Playboy Buddy Rose. RVBN time now is 5:15 in the afternoon in Billerica, Massachusetts. I'm back. My second video blog subject of the day for Thursday, April 27th, 2017 is about the history of the NBA on ESPN and ABC. The NBA has been on ESPN/ABC since the 2002-2003 season, but prior, the NBA was on ESPN and ABC in previous occurrences. Back in 1964, the NBA signed a game of the week with ABC Sports, and they showed Saturday games of the week, and that was the only television coverage the NBA had and for about 9 years. And they showed the All-Star game and selected playoff games. They usually showed the Boston Celtics and the Los Angeles Lakers playing. In the early years, they did not show the entire NBA Finals. They showed Game 7 of the 1969 NBA Finals in prime time between the Lakers and the Celtics. In 1970, they showed the entire NBA Finals for the first time, and they did that until they lost the contract in 1973. Sometimes they showed playoffs games regionally, and they showed some primetime games. They even showed some Christmas Day games. Primary announcer was Keith Jackson for the NBA on ABC. In 1973, they lost the contract to CBS and were out of the NBA for almost 29 years. ESPN first televised NBA games in 1983 and 1984. They had Greg Gumbel do it, and it also had Roger Tribell and even Dick Vitale do it. They showed a limited number of regular season games and the playoff because they shared the cable NBA contract with the USA Network. In 1984, ESPN and USA Network lost the NBA exclusively to Turner Sports TBS, which eventually went to TNT, and for the next 18 years, ESPN was shut out of NBA games, but they covered a lot of NBA on Sports Center, and they had their own show, the NBA Today, a weekly roundup of NBA games. In December of 2001, ESPN and ABC won the bidding for NBA games. They took the NBC package, and ESPN had a deal to show games Wednesdays and Friday nights, usually doubleheaders, and also some Sunday games, and have a show called NBA Tonight on ESPN2, and also a pregame show NBA Countdown, and also the NBA Draft. And ABC got the Christmas Day games and regular season games on Sundays, double headers, and also they got playoff games Saturdays and Sundays for the first two rounds, and a couple of conference finals games, and the entire NBA final. And each year, ESPN alternates from like getting exclusive rights to Eastern Conference Finals and Western Conference Finals. In the even years, they get the Eastern Conference Finals. In the odd years, they get the Western Conference Finals. And gradually, most of the NBA playoff games are on ESPN and TNT. Usually ESPN has Friday night games and some Saturday night games, and during the playoffs and the conference semifinals they have Thursdays and Fridays. And ABC shows two games the first weekend, Saturday and Sunday, a doubleheader on Sunday, second weekend, and then they show just one game on the 3 weeks. And some of the announcers that have been on the NBA on ESPN over the years was Brad Nessler teaming with Bill Walton. Also they had Mark Jones, Mike Tirico, Brent Musburger, Al Michaels, and so many others. Al Michaels did some of the games for ABC. He did the finals in 2004, 2005. The first year he did it with Doc Rivers. The second year he did it with U.B. Brown. A lot of people criticized Al Michaels for doing the certain games on ABC. Regular seasons, he mainly did it in either Los Angeles and Sacramento because he was from Southern California, and I think he did it because that was part of his ABC contract. When he left ABC in 2006, the NBA had named Mike Breen as the lead play-by-play announcer on ESPN and ABC, and the NBA has been renewed by ESPN and ABC 2 times from 2008 to 2016, which eventually they had all the conference finals games exclusively on ESPN, and they cut back on regular season coverage on ABC. They added a Saturday night game during January through April, and they kind of scattered Sunday afternoons to 3:30. They still have the NBA Finals exclusively on ABC, and they have Jimmy Kimmel's show preceding the NBA Finals. The NBA signed a 9-year contract with ABC, ESPN, and Turner, and it kicks in this past year $1.3 billion, and the NBA on ESPN and ABC is a great marriage, and it seems like the ESPN promotes the NBA big time on its shows like Sports Center and the talk shows, and I kind of like the coverage of the NBA on ESPN and ABC. Like the first few years they had the NBA games on ESPN and ABC, they seemed just to more focus on the games, and they didn't really promote them, the players on Sports Center that much. But like the past few years, it seems like they're focusing more on the NBA and ESPN and the NFL on Sports Centers and the other shows than the other sport. But that's another subject for another day. And some experts say the contract that ESPN signed with the NBA is really hurting their bottom line. It's only year one, but they have 8 more years to see how it goes. But it takes some time. But I like the NBA on ESPN and ABC. It's pretty good. And that's about it on that. I'll be back later with my third and final video blog of the night, which will be about the WWE House Show card review from Madison Square Garden on November 26, 1988. Keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Bunny guy. Molly Wills Blood, WCCO accents and nice legs. Elizabeth Hatso, so stunning, she's best. Amy Squeezy's awesome. Awesome Amy Lynn Church of WPIX channel of New York, such rocking cougars. Got the best legs in New York City. Bob Gibbs of ABC 11 has sweet southern accent. Len Claire, WHE's channel 7 Boston, has the nicest legs in Boston. And in the words of Dee Patel last week, excuse me, no boss, bye.